Hey friends, welcome. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. So it's kind of late. I've already done a video today, but I've been crafting all evening and I was doing some SpiralBetties. I love SpiralBetties. For me, they are so satisfying, like peeling them off, so satisfying. And then seeing the product that you get, I love it. And when I was doing them, I thought, you know, this last one, I'm going to just go ahead and do a quick video on it because, like, I've been practicing how to weed them and how to transfer them really effectively and easily with, you know, the least amount of room as possible to mess them up because they are so easy to mess up. And it's very upsetting when you have half of it weeded and then you make a mistake, or you get the whole thing weeded and you go to transfer it and your transfer tape messes up picking it up properly. So I thought that I would just show you how I do it because it works really well. And so real quick, before we go back in the craft room and cut it and weed it, I just want to show you, in case you don't know, you've seen these and you don't know where to get them, I just want to show you. And there's something very important about downloading them that I want to show you real quick, okay? So you're going to go to SpiralBetty.com, okay? And then over here, you're going to go to upload an image. We're going to go to my photo library and we will pick a picture. Now, you want a picture with the least amount of background as possible, just because it makes it a lot easier to have a crisp image. Now, this little guy here allows you to move your image in and out to whatever you want to be in your circle, and then you check it when you're done. And then this is what it gives you. I go to black and white. Now, your rings. So your rings are what make your picture. The thinner your rings, the crisper the picture. However, if your rings are too thin, then it's very hard to weed. So I did one earlier tonight and I did it. I just wanted to see how thin I could go. And I pulled it all the way to here. And I did my rings like they were as thin as a piece of hair. And even doing it this way, taking my time, I spent like an hour and a half weeding it and it still is not perfect. So what I found was a nice image, but yet still very easy to weed is about there. Now, you know, you can up and down for, you know, whatever you want. And also remember, when you're looking at these, like when your computer's right in your face, they're more blurry when you're looking up close to it, because these SpiralBetties, when you look back is where you see the picture the best, okay? All right, so then the next thing, your scale just moves it up and down inside of your circle. Lightness is, you know, you could change how bright or how dark it is. Contrast, you know, just changes all the different contrast points. Again, now this one here allows you to flip the contrast, so you can go to that lighter contrast being in the forefront or the darker contrast being in the forefront, okay? So you really just pick what you like. And then you're gonna go to download when you're satisfied with your picture. Now this is what I wanna show you that's very important. When you go to download, don't just hit download, hit show advanced options. Sorry, it's late and I've been crafting since I got off work tonight. Like, I've seriously been crafting for 5 hours and it's been so wonderful. All right, so hit PNG. and then you want to hit clear background. If you do not hit clear background, when you bring it into Design Space, you're just going to have a block of black. That's it, okay? So hit clear background, and then you can download. I'm not going to download this, but you hit download, and then from there, just pull up Design Space or your Silhouette. Is it called Silhouette Studio? Whatever that is for Silhouette users, just bring it up and then you can print it. So now I'm going to move you back into the craft room and we're going to print my image. And I'll show you how I weed and transfer it pretty easily. Okay? All right. See you in a minute. All right, so we have our stuff ready to go. Now I'm using this glossy vinyl. And now I'm using my strong mat just because I want it to stay down super, super flat since I'm doing a spiral. And we're gonna go and continue. And now I will put it on fast mode. All right, so this is done. Now I'm just going to take it off my mat. And this is Oracle vinyl. You can see that strong grip mat is got a strong grip. All right. So what we're gonna do now, the thing with these SpiralBetties, the thinner you make your lines, the harder. So just know that. I made one that like was seriously as thin as hair, and it was so hard, but it made the picture so super clear, but it was really, really hard to do. Now I'm going to just pull off the edge here. Now, the thing is, this is good. Doing it like this is good for two things. So if you have super thin lines that are harder to do anything with, then this is going to help. But also, with these SpiralBetties, you have two risks, right? So it's, first of all, the risk of weeding it. And, you know, these lines are thin. Even when you're not doing super thin lines, you know, you can't, if you do too thick, you don't really see the picture. So it's the risk of weeding it, right? But then it's also the risk of, once you've got it weeded, you got to put it on transfer tape to move it over. So this just sort of helps mitigate, you know, a lot of that. Now, when you're doing this, you want to make sure that everything stays on. So just go down really, really flat. And if something tries to lift, then you just, you know, go back over until it sticks. And with these little things like this, sometimes it's, you know, going from a different angle. But you don't want to let anything come up. You want it to all stay on. All right. So now we can weed. Just get started here. I'm going to get started, and then I'm going to go on fast mode just so that it doesn't take as long. If I can get this a thin little piece to lay down. Once it lays down, it'll be fine. And the thinner pieces, see, even like this, you want to be careful. Don't get too crazy because it's easy to want to, you know, it's so delightful. You want to just kind of go fast. So it's very satisfying for sure. I apologize. I don't mean to sniffle in your face. It's that time of year, and I have got terrible, terrible allergies. And when we start having the season to where it's like bloom, and then cold for a minute, and then warm so it blooms, and then cold for a minute, it just kills me. Well, I was going to go to fast mode, but maybe I won't. I'll just keep going. That way you can see, like, real time how quick it is to weed it like this and how much nicer. Now, if you're doing, like, super thin, like the size of hair pieces, then, I mean, you have to go a lot more gentle, even doing it like this. So, because I've messed these up, even reverse weeding, doing super, super thin ones. I tried one where the pieces were seriously like as thin as a piece of hair. I think I might have, I put it on a piece of paper. I'll see if I have it around anywhere. I'll show you. Now, I find that up and sort of towards the center, you know, pull in gives the best result. And it's hard because certain pictures, like my grandson is very fair, so it's hard to get a good picture of him without, you know, making the background too small. And that's, you know, where it gets to be a little bit challenging. So finding the right picture is truly the key. I love these nights that I have time to just sit and do some Cricut projects. Like, this is so rewarding for me. Like, it helps me wind down and just relax. Oh, all right, there we go. So, isn't that amazing? Ah, he's so beautiful. I love it. Isn't that awesome? And then there's that side of it. So you can see, like, doing the reverse weed is so nice. I had one little spot here where I was sort of like rushing, like, who knows what I was thinking. And then this is my little start off spot there. So we're good. And so I'm going to just put it on a canvas so you can see. I love doing these. These are so satisfying to me. And so I have, this is just a canvas from the Dollar Tree. Now, I mean, really be super careful as you're laying this down. But how much easier is that? Because, so if you're just pulling it and then you've got all your circles so perfect, and then you have to transfer it, right? Like, just another chance to mess up your circles. And then go really gentle as you're doing this. Very, very flat. Make sure you're going very flat. All right, there we go. Now I'm just gonna make sure everything is down. And I suggest you know, until you're sure that everything's down good, like, do a pat, a gentle rub. But if you have anything that happens to be twisted and you rub it hard, you're going to just completely pull it up. All right, but look, I mean, as easy as that. And there's my SpiralBetty. All right, hey, listen, I hope you guys have a beautiful night. I know this was an extra video today, but, you know, I was up and, you know, doing this, and I thought, you know, I wonder, you know, if maybe I should show this to everybody, you know, just in case they haven't thought about it, to, you know, make it a lot easier to do your SpiralBetties. So, here is the one that's telling you. So you can see I've got some mess ups, but I wanted to see how thin I could go. But look, the picture's beautiful, but these are seriously as thin as like a hair. So if you look at this, like, these are half the size of that, probably even less than, oh, definitely less than half the size of those. Like maybe a quarter the size of these ones. So, all right. Listen, I hope that you guys have a blessed and beautiful night. I hope that this was helpful for you, and I'll talk to you later, friends. Bye.